Today is a special day for the documentary community. It's the 35th death anniversary of the legendary filmmaker Sukhdev. As you all know, Sukhdev has acquired a cult status with his film, especially India 67, 9 Months to Freedom, and he's a person who has influenced the documentary community at large. We'll start this evening with the screening of the film, The Last Adieu by Shabnam Sukhdev, and after the screening, Shabnam is here with us to have a discussion. Thank you.
Because it's not my tape recording. Tape recording is my love, it's my work, it's my life. No, that's good. No, if I say nahi rukega, tape recorder nahi rukega.
The red light above cautions me not to knock or peer inside. Fearful, I recoil.
The focus is definitely the documentary movement and the roles Sukhdev played in that and how I discovered him through that journey. That's the film.
I'd like to invite Shabnam Sukhdev to please.
I have nothing to say. I think it's all said in the film. If you have any questions, I'm here to answer.
For how many years you were doing research for this film and shooting and everything?
Well, the process began at the Poetry Festival in 2005. We were given a theme. So the common theme between myself and a co-poet was father, because she had recently lost her dad. She wanted to write about her father. So I said, well, okay, even I can attempt that. So I had to really think, because I had closed that chapter of my life for a very long time. And when that began, I somehow knew that there was a germ for a film there, to make a film about my father, to basically pay my dues. I think somewhere along I was looking at that journey.
I think it's congratulations, and I think it's a very brave film for many reasons. I'd like to ask you, maybe this is not the place to ask,
Sure.
but what did you really find was very close in your personalities in the end, yours and your father's? Because when you had various interviews you showed and your own sense, I felt there was a great similarity in personality.
I can't help that, I guess. It's bound to happen. I think somewhere along my journey of filmmaking, when I was in Canada, actually, I was there for 7 years. That's when I actually started looking at documentaries, because nobody knew me as a fiction filmmaker, and I had to, get grants and funding to make my own little films. And that's when I realized I was enjoying that process a lot, and that kept me away from home quite a bit. And I think that's the time when I started understanding what my father must have gone through, because that angst, that conflict that one faces, personally and professionally, you want to do so much more, but you're not able to because you have family responsibilities. And then you make your choices. And that leaves you very lonely somewhere. So, yeah, I think that's when I started thinking a lot about my dad and what he might have gone through. And that journey of forgiveness or acceptance and love started at that point, yeah.
It seems the documentary industry is the same as in 60s and 70s, like you still make it from your own resources, expect it to be bought by some government agency.
This film wouldn't have been made if it wasn't for Mr. Kundu, I have to admit it. Because when I told him that, I want to make this film, he says, okay, but why have you taken so long? I said, because maybe finally I'm ready to complete it. But I'll never do it if I don't have a dagger over my head, saying that, okay, this is your deadline and this is the money and we'll make the film. So I guess that's why I partnered with Films Division, and also because Sukhdev he was established, he was recognized by Films Division, via Films Division, because that was the only filmmaking body at that time, documentary filmmaking body. So it was very befitting for me to do this film with FD at that time. And if Mr. Kundu hadn't commissioned it, maybe I would have still been searching and collecting material and doing all of that, even now. For me, it's still not complete in many ways, but I've completed this film. But that search is still on in some ways.
What kind of tools do you use, or do you ever get weighed down by certain things that you have to talk about in the film? And basically I'm trying to ask what helps you decide, shrink it down and make it look like what it is now and say what, how does it help you edit?
The tool that I used was Jabin Merchant, my editor. That was a very important tool because she was the objective side. She had this holistic picture. She knew what she wanted to know about Sukhdev. And of course, my personal quest. And I knew the people. I had a lot of material which I could play with. And we could have had another version of the film. But we had to keep our focus. What do you really want to say in the film? I know what I wanted to do in the film. I wanted to have a conversation with my father. I did that. And even those conversations, they are not fictional in my mind because they've all been sourced from the conversations I've had with his friends and his colleagues. And they've been constructed as such. So yeah, so I think, yes, of course, I had to really shrink it down. This could have been a 10-hour-long film. Yeah. So I'm hoping to write a book.
I don't know what to say. I think we're all quite overwhelmed at the end of the film. So it'll take some time and maybe we'll need to have many long conversations about it. But seeing it here in this space along with everybody and thank you, Auntie. Really good to see this film.
Yeah, my mother is here actually. She's been very brave, very supportive along the journey. Salim, Uncle Salim Sheikh is here. Salim, please stand up. I'm so glad I found him after so long.